Shall we just start right off the bat with a Las Vegas update?
Are we still talking Vegas, right?
We are.
Talking about Vegas.
Yes.
You're coming to Vegas, right?
Star Trek Las Vegas may take place every August, but on this show...
This is where we hang out the rest of the year.
Exactly.
The crew has been fatigued now from so many months in space, and they need to take a break. The landing party has been down to check out the terrain while the crew gets ready to play. They say there's only plant life living on this lovely rock, but a rodent appears wearing a vest.
Welcome to another G&T Supplemental. Joel on True. This is Gettysburg 7, here with Terry Lynn, and our very special guest. You all know him. I don't even need to run down the list. Mr. Michael Okuda.
Welcome.
Hi.
We're very glad that you took just a few minutes out of your very busy day here at Star Trek Las Vegas to speak with us.
Well, thank you for inviting me.
we talk a little bit about story. No, our podcast really tries to focus on Star Trek story and all forms of the production process that helps bring a Star Trek story to life. And you have been such an integral part of pretty much a lot of people's childhoods, bringing Star Trek Next Generation to life, being a person who brings those visuals into our life and have now become such a part of
reality
really,
as
reality
well.
Is the technology, how technology works, how it looks. In your own words, tell us, as you can, how is it to be in your position now, looking back on the craziness that's about to be 50 years of Star Trek, and how your work has affected those around you?
Well, I grew up watching Star Trek. I grew up loving Star Trek. And so when I got to actually work on it, that was an incredible thrill, simply because the stories, the episodes meant so much to me. So to have a chance to do something that might hopefully inspire the next generation, pun intended, was very much of an honor, and something that even when you'd have episodes which are not as promising as others, you go, there might be a 12-year-old out there to whom these episodes mean as much to them as the original episodes meant to me.
What was it about the original series that hooked you? Was there a specific episode?
I loved the notion of this brave family of interesting, smart people going boldly, exploring space. People to whom it was a worthy endeavor to find out what's over the next hill. People who understood that it's worth it, even in the presence of aliens, to behave ethically, to carry your values forward, and to do good as best as your understanding permits.
One of the things that our audience is crazy about, and you know this more than anybody, Star Trek fans try and read or hear everything they can to know as much. You and your lovely wife do the audio commentaries on the DVDs, and that is such a thank you. I just want to say thank you for that. How much fun do you guys have when you get to sit down and do that?
Well, the really fun thing is most of those things we do with the commentary producer Roger Lay Jr. is we get to do it. We get to sit down with someone like Ron Moore or Cliff Bole or Jim Conway, or we did Chain of Command with Ronnie Cox yes, exactly.
We get made fun of by our audience because we love Captain Jellicoe.
We love it.
As somebody that's been in the military for 25 years, I loved Jellicoe.
Yeah, he was, and talking with Ronnie Cox, we barely exchanged probably 5 words with him during the actual shoot because everyone's so busy.
Right.
So to actually get a chance to sit down and talk and geek out a little bit.
Do you still geek out about this?
Of course.
And you also involved in the space program itself. You're connected with design and helping also with the PR with NASA and other things too. What is your involvement? How have you turned your roles with Star Trek into your roles with the National Space Program?
No, it's not a huge involvement, but I've done some symbols and logos for some variety of departments. I've done the missions operations patch for the people in mission control. I've done several departments. I did a whole bunch of logos for something called Project Constellation, which has sadly been canceled. I did the mission patch for Space Shuttle mission STS-125, which was the last Hubble Space Telescope repair mission. So yeah, that's getting to geek out with those guys is fun too.
I was going to say that must be a blast.
What gives you goosebumps when you, like, we get goosebumps that you're sitting here because we've watched you so much and read the novels you've written with William Shatner and all of that. What gives you goosebumps?
Well, Star Trek is such a universal touchstone with so many people, and it's opened a lot of doors for us. One day we were in Florida visiting the Kennedy Space Center with some friends, and we're standing at Launch Complex 39 at the base of the space shuttle, and so these huge solid rocket motors are towering above us. The space shuttle orbiter is above us. Now this is a real spaceship, and we're just going, oh my God. And our friend who was giving us the tour, a few weeks ago we had taken him on a tour at Paramount, so he was reciprocating. So he said to us, well, now you know how I felt when I got to sit in Captain Janeway's chair. And we said, no, it's a little different. This is a real spaceship.
That's so
great.
cool.
We know your time is very valuable. We want to thank you for just taking a few moments to sit down for our
audience.
Thank you
very much.
I know, we're totally fanboy, right? I'm so excited.
We very rarely fangirl out, but
and we
this is because you brought so much to life. I mean, how many people have LCARs on their computer screens at home as wallpapers? And
well, people like my stuff because it's part of a cool television show.
No, it's more than that. You know that.
I think that your art shows that the artwork that you have shown and have placed into the show, because it's part of the IP and because it seems so organic to us now, just reflects the future thinking that you had when you put it in there, and we appreciate that.
Well, again, thank you very much. I'm glad you like the stuff. I'm proud of it, but its true power comes from the fact that it's associated with Star Trek. It's associated with Gene Roddenberry's vision. It's associated with Star Trek's view of the future, and that's a considerable honor, and
we're glad you're part of the legacy.
Yes,
we
very
really
much.
are.
Thank you so much for your time, sir.
Have a great day.
Joe Lantro.
Music for the G&T show is provided by Warp 11, Grethor, 5-Year Mission, and Andrew Allen's Smooth Federation.
G&T show is a Busy Little Beaver production.
Some dude walks out, proceeds to explain what it's all about. I sure want to leave. I think you'd agree, but we cannot leave till we find out what it's all about. It's all make-believe, nothing is permanent down here. It's just an amusement park. Bones is now alive, so it's okay for him to say, I'm a doctor, not a shish kebab. Apparently it's okay if we trust an unknown race who can read any one of our thoughts. So be careful what you wish for in this land of dreams come true, 'cause you just might